طوارئنا جاهزة.
اهجموا عليهم!
Hello and welcome back to Firefly Studios. Today we're continuing our feature spotlight series for Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition, where we break down the brand new features that you'll see in this reimagined classic. Today we're looking at the new Bedouin units, their history, designs, and how exactly they'll add to your besieging experience. Let's get right into it, shall we? First things first, brand new units deserve a brand new building. This is the Bedouin Stockade, a tent and training ground similar in function to the Arabian mercenary post, and kitted out with 8 unique units available to hire. These units are all inspired by the history and culture of the Bedouin tribes, a nomadic people inhabiting the Middle Eastern deserts. In fact, the term Bedouin comes from the Arabic Bedawi, which directly translates as desert dweller. Bedouin societies have been present in the Middle East as early as 6000 BCE. Their livelihoods center around animal herding and husbandry, primarily of camels, sheep, and cattle, and their camps would migrate wherever the pastures were greenest. However, some Bedouin groups had historically raided non-Bedouin settlements and caravans, giving them a fearsome reputation during the Crusades. Bedouin communities who settled in or around the Crusader states would ally with whichever side best served their tribe's interests. And with the Bedouins' reputation as raiders still holding strong, the warring factions eagerly sought military aid from them. So, the Bedouin made agreements with both Muslim and Crusader military powers throughout the conflicts to provide warriors or intelligence as needed, particularly cavalry-based mercenaries mounted on the Bedouins' domesticated camels. Now that you know the origins of these new units, let's take a closer look at their abilities. First up is the Skirmisher, inspired by the mobile raiding techniques of the medieval Bedouin warriors. At the low cost of only 25 gold, they're the cheapest Bedouin unit available. They're unarmoured but have 2 weapons at their disposal, a short curved knife and a long javelin. These weapons create 2 different combat opportunities: immediate melee damage against close range enemies and a powerful ranged shot with a javelin that recharges over time. And what these units lack in armour, they make up for in raw speed. Look at them go! They zoom in!
مثل قطة الصحراء.
This makes them a great early game purchase if you want some low cost, high efficiency manpower to guard your resources or harass other lords. Next is the Sapper, whose strengths lie in bringing down walls and buildings. Sappers have been used throughout history in siege warfare. Usually skilled engineers, they were specialists in destroying wood and stone structures. In exchange for having less health and armour, Sappers can reach castle structures in a flash and do increased damage to your enemy's defences. And they also take reduced fire damage. If you use them right, Sappers can single-handedly clear a path for the rest of your army. Very useful.
رح يصير أنقاض!
You've heard of the warhorse, now let us introduce you to the war camel. War camel! No, that doesn't sound as good. But still, camels were a key part of Bedouin lifestyle and culture, so it makes sense that they would ride into battle with them too. This mounted speed boost allows them to easily keep up with Crusader knights and Arabian horse archers.
سريع مرة!
They're a solid choice for pestering your enemies in the early stages of a skirmish, or as a quick and easy counter to incoming cavalry warfare. As we know, horse archer spam is a hot topic in the community. Meanwhile, the 2-humped Heavy Camel boasts more defense and carries an archer and a swordsman on its back. Camels are such great value for money. This gives the Heavy Camel a much more versatile playstyle than other units, which typically do just one thing very well. This is more of an all-rounder.
جمالنا ما راح تشتكي.
The Heavy Camel may cost over double the gold of a Camel Lancer, but this extra expense grants you close range and long range damage from the same sturdy unit, without needing to craft multiple weapons first. It's a unit designed more for our deathmatch fanatics compared to our free build architects. We like to make room for both. If you're after real destructive force though, the shield and hammer wielding Demolishers might be your answer. They can disable pitch ditches and have outright immunity to stake traps as well. Wow. Their strong shields protect them from projectile-based attacks until the shield breaks, and their hard-hitting hammers deal a heavy blow to buildings and units alike. Their ability to destroy and avoid ground-based traps also reduces the risk of damage to themselves and their fellow fighters. With this added protection on multiple fronts, Demolishers can get closer to enemy defenses than other units and deal targeted damage to individual structures, making them an appealing alternative to stationary catapults or rams.
جاهزين للتدمير.
Next in the roster is the Eunuch, based on the male servants, guards and officials of the Abbasid court. In Crusader DE, the Eunuch appears as a burly warrior equipped with 2 scimitars and an incredibly high damage attack. Although their speed is on the slower side, their powerful strikes are capable of taking out unarmored units like spearmen, slingers and skirmishers in a single swing.
مرة ضعفاء.
This makes them ideal for close quarters melee combat. Place them to guard defensive funnels against an onrushing vanguard, or, once you've attached a few siege towers, surround them with some portable shields and send them to paint those archer-filled towers in blood. Too descriptive? Alright, my bad. With all this fighting, your army may be looking a bit worse for wear. And with a long-standing traditional healing practice in Middle Eastern culture, we thought this was the perfect opportunity to introduce the Healer, a returning unit from Stronghold Crusader 2 who can, as you've guessed, heal other troops. The Healer focuses on one unit at a time and will gradually restore that unit's health. When they're done, they'll move on to the next injured soldier within range.
رح أعتني فيهم.
Adding some medical support to your infantry will keep your loyal warriors fighting fit, so you won't have to replace them as often. This will save you some time, gold, and resources in the long run. And lastly, if being sneaky is more your style, look no further than the Ambusher. Armed with historically sourced and explosive fire pots, these troops can sneak attack enemies and engulf them in flames.
امتلوهم بالوابل.
Hiding prevents the ambushes from being targeted, and they'll only resurface to attack when enemy units wander too close, meaning they're totally protected from ranged attacks until they re-emerge. Even though they're the most expensive Bedouin units at a hefty 130 gold, the stealthy ambushes give you the element of surprise against invading forces in the field and are sure to ignite some brand new sieging strategies. Get it? Because they have fire pots and yeah, never mind, forget it. Terrible puns aside, thank you for watching today's Crusader DE feature spotlight. If you have some potential tactics for the new Bedouin units that we haven't mentioned, share them in the comments below. We'd love to hear your ideas. We've got one more feature spotlight to go, where we'll be diving into gameplay improvements and exciting additions that you'll encounter in the game upon release. Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition is out on July 15th and you can wishlist it right now on Steam.